Okay, welcome to 10 minutes on 8.4 Notes, Vocab, and Practice. Corresponding angles listed in the previous three sections. You should get that. It's also earlier in the book. Ratio and proportion. The book says these are previous terms. They are not defined in the book, so I put them down here. A relationship between two numbers or values or quantities. It represents how many times one number contains the other number or the second number. Proportion, two or more equal ratios. Triangle proportionality. If a line is parallel to one side of a triangle, so TU is parallel to QS, it divides the other sides proportionally. So notice these always go in a pattern, right to left. RT, right side, TQ, left side. RU, right side, US, left side. Now, we've talked about switching the means before, so we could switch TQ and RU. That would give me RT to RU, TQ to US, but if you notice, that's still a pattern. RT is on the top part, RU is on the bottom. TQ is the top part, US is the bottom. So you're always following this. If you cross-multiply both of these, you get the same thing. RT times US equals RU times TQ for both of them. I did a little example for number one, and here from the book you have the converse. If these are divided proportionally, then you know TU and QS are those. That segment has to be parallel to the third side. Very similar in proportions, just set it up. I went again here, I didn't write it out, I went left to right on mine. I could have done upper to lower, lower to upper, right to left. All those options work. I get 90 over 50 equals 72 over 40. 90 over 50 clearly reduces to 9/5. 72 over 40, divide them by 8 and get 9/5. PS is parallel to QI. So I read through those rules pretty quick. Take a closer look at them. Read them a little bit. Theorem 8.8. 3 or more parallel lines. If 3 parallel lines intersect 2 transversals or more, then they divide the transversals proportionally. Well, first off, I got this pretty little drawing over here. Why is AB parallel to BE to CF? We've got all these corresponding angles congruent all here. That makes the lines parallel. So I need to find DF. So to find DF, I first have to get EF, and I'm not going to call that X. Whoops. I don't want to call that X. I'm just going to use EF there. Okay. Upper to lower, 35 to 30 equals EF to 12. I can reduce 35 over 30 to 76. I could cross multiply here, but hey, 2 times 6 is 12, so 2 times 7 equals 14. EF has to be 14. Now, over here I just set it up the same way. Instead of going upper to lower, I went left to right. So you can see I got 35 to EF equals 30 to 12. Left to right, left to right, left to right. 30 over 12 I can reduce to 5 over 2. Well, 7 times 5 gives me 35. So 7 times 2 gives me 14, and I get the same number there. This method with solving the proportions doesn't always work. I use it a lot when it works. It's nice. This is the hardest of these to apply. Triangle angle bisector theorem. If you have an angle bisector, it divides the opposite side in proportion to the other two sides. So I think of this kind of as part to whole. So I want to solve this one. I want to find X. Well, I'm going to have X is my part, because that's part of that side. 5 is the whole side. That's also left to right sort of thing. And then left to left, I should say. And then over here I have 4 root 2. That's my part. And then my whole side is 3. Cross multiply, 3x equals 20 root 2. Divide, I get 20 root 2 over 3. If I went left to right, I'd get the same thing. Over here I have x to 4 root 2. 5 is on the left and 3. I do my cross multiply, I get 3x equals 20 root 2. I get the same answer. Okay? This is just that top to bottom, right to left example again. So, down here. So on number 1, we want to find the length of segment AB, that little piece right there. I'm going to go upper part to lower part. Generally, we start these off with numbers. I could start there. I'm going to go 6 to 10 because that has my numbers. It's kind of giving me a scale factor. Equals AB to 5. If I can reduce this to 3/5, well, 3/5 has to equal 3 over 5, or you could go through it the long way and cross multiply. You can see AB is going to be 3, no matter how badly I wrote the B. If you multiply it out, you get 15 equals 5AB. Divide by 5, 3 is equal to AB. Again, if you did the right to left or left to right, I could have 10 to 5 equals 6 to AB. That reduces, so that's 2 over 1 equals 6 over AB. Multiply by 3, 3 times 2 equals 6, so 3 times 1, and again I get my AB equal to 3 there. 3 times 1 is AB. And we can see my answer right there, so that checks out. So let's try. Now this time, it's the converse. Instead of being given the parallel lines, prove they're parallel. Again, left to right, upper to lower. I'm going to go, let's go left to right here. So I get 7.5 to 5. Equals 6 to 4. Well, this reduces to 3 over 2. This also reduces. If you think about it, 2.5 goes into 5 twice. It goes into 7.5 3 times. So I just divided by 2.5. Another way I could have done that one, if I would have multiplied by 2, I'd get 15 over 10. 15 over, I should multiply by 2 over 2. I get 15 over 10, 15 over 10 reduces to 3 over 2, and then, yes, segment AB is parallel to segment XY. There's my answer. I got a yes, so we're looking good at that one. 5 to 7, just use the diagram to complete the proportion. Let's look at number 6 here. I have XY. That's that piece, and it is going to YZ, and that has to equal something to VW. VW is going to be in red. So you can see here we're kind of going, this is kind of an upper to lower pattern. So you can see the UV is going to be the one that's missing. Let's put it in red because that'll make more sense. UV, that would be that section right there. Number 9's got a little trick on it. I wrote it out here in green, very legibly. I wrote this last year when I had actually a computer I like writing better with. This is a nicer computer. My other older one actually is easier to write with. But you have to remember, if this is B and the whole side is 14, that piece is going to be 14 minus 3. That is a key concept in math. Part 1 plus part 2 equals the whole. I subtract part 1 from each side. Part 2 equals the whole minus part 1. So, again, I want to find that piece. It's the whole piece minus the other piece I have, 14 minus B. So I'm going to do a left to right here. Let's do 6.75 to 9. That's going to equal 14 minus B to B. And cross multiply. 6.75b equals 9 times 14 minus b. 6.75b equals 90. 126 minus 9b plus 9b. I got 15.75b equals 126. Get the calculator out here. 126 divided by which? Keep it in times. Divided by 15.75 get 8 even. B is equal to 8. Let's check that out. There's my UV. I never checked that. There's my UV. There's my 8. So those checked out. Oops. And there we go. And again, just over 10 minutes. Thanks much. You have a good day.